Let me tell you a story. There was a CEO, and he joined my program, and we were just personally talking about how you speak in the organization and how you manage your team, and what is the critical problem you are dealing with every day with your employees, with your shareholders, with your promoters, and with your customers, clients, and with your governments. So he just said me that there are the various things, the problems I am facing with, and I'm doing the everyday on work, and these are the type of the communication I'm doing with my team, clients, customers, and everybody, on promoters, shareholders, with everybody. Now, the question in my mind was that is that any difference that make a CEO different from the other employees, that make a different from the other people? The research came in the point of that the most of the CEOs, they think different, they think and they speak different. They have the different type of the confidence which a normal person never think about, and they don't have, even don't have this type of the thought process, and they are specifically a thought leaders. Most of the company CEOs, they are a specific thought leaders. They think different from the 99% of the people. So how you can be a CEO? I wrote my book into back 2000, and that how you can how you can be a CEO. Okay, how you can be like a CEO. Now the point is that what are the skills you need to adopt to being a CEO? Skills number one, you have to be a good in leadership. A leadership is not like to being in the position, but leadership is going to help you, going to promote you, going to manage you, that how to manage the large group of the team, how to deal with every problems or every circumstances. In saying with that leaders know where to go, how to go, and why to go. Now you have three circles which I share with you, that first of all, ask yourself why we are doing this, so why these teams, and with lots of the effort doing these particular things, and why these things we are doing, and why this project we are running, and what is the biggest importance for the doing this work and doing that particular things we are involving through our teams, involving their times effort with that specific project, this specific things, this specific work, and how we are going to do that. So second circle is going to be how we are going to do that. So make a strategy planning about particular thing, how you are going to do that, and what you are doing there. So how, why, how, what you are particularly doing, and how much is remaining there, and how much you are going to, these three things I always share with my CEOs, and that how you can be good CEOs, and how you can speak. Now talk coming to the point of communication. As a being a CEO, your job is to communicate with everybody with a very specific and straightforward manner. Now your speech and your word, your statement is going to be affect straightforward to your organization, that can be affect to the making the losses, that can affect to making the profits, that can affect to encourage and motivate your team. So make sure your communication is going to be very strong being as a CEO, and developing the skills of CEO. Now coming to the skills of the problem solving. As a being a CEO, as a being a thought leader, as a being a leader of the big companies, big firm companies, and the big organization, you need to adopt the skills of the you need to adopt the skills of the problem solving. Now problem solving is important and must be learned skills for each and everybody out there. But for as a CEOs, your responsibility as a your organization, your company is doing the better, your company is doing the less good performance, bad performance, this depend on the season by season, and like the quarter by quarter, and affected this is going to affect, but performance going to be affect. Now as a being a performance coach and managing the how you can improve your performance, I have to many secrets, and I want to share here. But in this particular short videos, we only talking about how to be like CEO, how to speak like CEO, and how to think like CEO. So being like CEO, you need to have the adopt the skills, have the critical thinking. Critical thinking is going to help you to find the solution for a specific problems, and you have the problem, you will think about how am I going to solve that particular problem, and what are the core point in that particular problems, that problems is having these points of the view to solving the process, and now making the strategy to solve that problem. Now how to speak like CEO, I talk about that. For speaking as like a CEO, you have to be humor, you have to be uh, always kind and down to earth, because if you speak proudly and if you speak with having the something in your favor, then you're not going to affect and you're not going to influence people, and your main job and your main role is going to influencing everybody in your organization. You need to influence your investor, you need to influence your promoters. Your job is to influencing everybody, so make sure you speak well as a CEO, and you think like a CEO is about being to think like a good CEOs, and you think like how you manage and how they're going to be better, you are going to do better everything, and making the growth in the organization, building the culture of the organization culture, that we work for that, working of the cultural things, that which type of the organization culture you need to adopt, the diversity culture, growth mind culture, hierarchy culture. uh, you see, you need to, as an organization, you need to work on the startup. Everybody have the freedom to share their thought to you. You adopt their thought, because as a being a CEO, you're not going to involve the everything in the organization. You're going to understand every employees. You're going to understand the managers, what they're facing the problems, what they are getting the uh, the day-to-day circumstances, that they are getting the effect on that, and so you think about them, get them, and try to problem solving about them, and the critical thinking, and is think like. Now the point is that if you want to be like us, you think like us, you speak like us, you have the skills like us, you then read my book, How to Be Like CEO Arvind Upadhyay. Make sure read that book. That going to be best investment for you, and that can make you the better return. And if in future you can be a CEO, and you can have the growth mindset, and focused oriented mindset, that will help you to grow, that will help you to make sure